when we try to study, it's tedious, and most of the time, we don't have the energy or the motivation to do it. We don't have the drive in order to make sure that we can secure our future. And it's difficult because there are many other things that people nowadays would rather do. They'd rather be surfing Facebook, talking to people on Snapchat, going out to parties, anything to avoid doing the work. And I think that's the problem that today's society is. The reason we don't have so many, amazing people. The fact is, when we see someone who's like, oh, this guy got a 4.0 GPA, this guy got all A stars, this guy got top of his class, and we seem so shocked about it. But the reality is we shouldn't even be shocked about that kind of stuff, because we as individuals can achieve that. So many people today are being average, right? And I'm not condoning average. Being average is okay. The only problem is if you're average, you're going to earn average salary, you're going to get average grades, your effort is average, and your commitment is average. But when life gives you a choice, my number one recommendation to you is do not take the average route. Whatever happens in your life, it's up to you. It's because of something that you did, right? Eric Thomas said, you don't make six-figure salaries blaming people. And he's right. I promise you, if you could make six-figure salaries blaming people for your mistakes, I would be the richest person in the world. But you can't. The only person to blame for your mistake is yourself. And that's why you need to hold yourself accountable for not doing the work. You need to hold yourself accountable for not revising enough. You need to hold yourself accountable for not putting in enough effort to get what you want. Listen, six-figure salaries do not get handed to you on a silver platter. You need to work your butt off for them. It's as simple as that. The French proverb, the future is purchased by the present. If you're not putting in the work now, if you're not checking up on your textbooks from time to time, in fact, not even time to time, if you're not checking your textbooks every single day, if you're not revising, if you're not going over what you've learned, if you're not making sure you are 110% on every single topic, how can you even say you deserve to earn six-figure salaries? So my number one tip to you guys is always find something to improve on. I don't care if you know the entire textbook back to front. I need you guys to make sure that you go through it again and again and again and again. Because listen, Michael Jordan didn't just suddenly make 1,000 shots and say, you know what, that's it, I'm fine. Right? Odell Beckham Jr. does not make all the rushes that he makes. He reaches a certain number of yards and he's like, I'm fine. All the greats do not just say they're fine. So in the same respect, you need to continue to work until your arms fall off. And then once they fall off, once everything starts to hurt, once your brain hurts, work harder. It's exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger said when he spoke about how he was a long-time friend with Muhammad Ali. Somebody asked Muhammad Ali, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count how many sit-ups I do, I only count them when they hurt. So it's all well and good that you're doing the prescribed 1 hour, 2 hour revision a night, or even, and there are some people that do 3 to 4 hours of revision, per week. And I'm surprised if you get through the year with like 3 to 4 hours a week. It's minimal. But the reality is every single person in the world has the capability of being amazing. It's not like success isn't esoteric. It's not something that's completely out of everybody's reach. It's achievable. If you have it in you, and if you want it bad enough. It's easy to say, yeah, I want this, I want to be the best, I want to have this fancy car, I want to have a nice house, I want to have a beautiful girlfriend. Listen, it doesn't happen by just saying it. If everything we wanted was given to us just by saying it, life would be boring. And as a result of that, you need to get up and you need to work. You're going to need to make some sacrifices. Sometimes you're going to need to turn down that party or two. Sometimes you're going to need to say, you know what, I'm going to leave the drinks until afterwards. Sometimes you're going to need to say to yourself, you know what, maybe I don't want to eat that. Maybe I need to focus on this right now. You want to turn off the games console. You want to turn off the TV. I don't care if Game of Thrones, Suits, or The Walking Dead's on. You switch that shit off and you do your work. Yeah, let me tell you why. If you don't do your work, the fact is you can't complain. When you're pulling out C's and D's, you can't complain that you're not getting high enough grades because you're putting in a C grade or a D grade's worth of effort. Only when you've put in an A or an A-star grade piece of work, an amount of effort into how much you revise, only then will you truly discover what success is. People say, you know, people are born smart. Nobody's born smart. Everyone's brain is the same. Everyone has the same 2 arms, 2 legs. Everyone's born the same. The thing is, it's whoever uses their brain in the most effective way possible. And by doing that, by continually, you know, working on your grind, continually working on your skills, continually building on who you are as a character and how you will maintain yourself in and outside the classroom, that is the way that you are going to redefine your life. And if you want that 6-figure salary, my friend, you better put 6-figure salary worth of work and worth of effort into your life.
Whenever someone tells you you should give up, do the complete opposite. Blindside them. Because the reality is you can't give them the benefit of the doubt that you want to go and you want to just give up after the first try. I mean, who ever succeeded giving up after the first try? Albert Einstein, when he failed his experiments, he did not just stop, he continued to keep going until he redefined physics as we know it. Mark Twain said, the 2 most important days in your life are the day that you are born and the day that you find out why. And if you don't study, my friends, if you don't work hard, if you don't give life 120%, you will never find out why you were born because you are too afraid to take that chance.